And we're on. Hey, everybody. Happy Fired Up Live Day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I want to get right to it. I know I do way too much chatting sometimes, a little singing in the beginning of the show, but we're getting right to our guest tonight, and then I'm going to perform a little bit at the end, so stay tuned for that. We have an amazing special guest here, but I want to remind you guys, make sure while you're watching Fired Up Live tonight, you are commenting and sharing for chances to win. Tag some friends in the comments. Bring them on. We want to get some new following going for Fired Up Live. Bring everybody to the party. You're going to win a FIREDISC cooker, maybe. So comment, because you'll just raise your chances of winning. A box of amazing Hoyser Country Blend coffee, perfect for fall, and even a FIREDISC swag pack. That's going to 3 separate winners. Cooker, coffee, swag pack. You don't want to miss it. So share this and comment below for chances to win. I'm going to... I don't know. What do I have to do to get ready for our guest tonight? I guess fix my hair a little bit. He's going to be a good one. Let's bring him on. FIREDISC Nation, I always tell you you're in for a treat, but tonight is extra special. We have, waiting in the wings, a country music legend with us here tonight. And he grew up listening to all kinds of music: country, swing, rock, disco, R&B. He started out singing in gospel choirs. And eventually he decided to put his rich baritone voice to the test by playing out in bars and clubs all over Texas. In 1981, he won a talent competition that landed him a spot in Charlie Pride's tour. And it helped him get there. And I can't wait to hear about this relationship he had with Mr. Pride. And there's been a lot of magic between then and now. So let's hear about it from the man himself, Neal McCoy.
Hey, girl, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What a great intro. A lot of magic in that time.
There was a lot of magic. I mean, I was trying to do a little bit of a deep dive into your history. And I'm like, you know what? I'm better off just talking to him about it himself.
Yeah, good.
There's too much going on. You've had a wild ride.
We have. We've been around a long time, so therefore we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but I'll try and keep it to the things that I think your audience would enjoy and that are halfway interested.
Thank you. I think no matter what you say, they're going to love it. But one of the things I found right off the bat that I just loved the most was your energy and your social media presence. I mean, you are like a king of socials. I thought I was a big Facebook Liver, but I think you could really outdo me any day of the week.
Well, I thank you. We've got a lot of loyal fans, and I often say, and Charlie taught me this years ago, that and I found everything to be true about it. He said, if you groom your audience when you're getting started, and you always treat people nice, be good to folks, always take an extra minute for folks, they'll remember you, and they'll like Neal McCoy just like they like Charlie Pride. They're Charlie Pride. They were Charlie Pride fans. They're Neal McCoy fans. So whatever goes on, whether it's recording, if you're having some hits or you're not having hits, once they get on to you, they're going to like you until they die or until I die. And that's I think an advantage that some of us older folks had something we got to take opportunity and we did that. Some of the young people coming now, I don't know they're hearing these records zoom up and down the charts so quick. I don't know that they're having that way of getting in touch and finding out about really that artist instead of just their music. But once you're a Neal McCoy fan, we hope they stay.
Really creating those relationships. Well, you
Yes,
definitely are. And I mean, you've gone live on Facebook every single day for almost the last 7 years.
Yes,
to
ma'am.
say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right. I think it's important. I love our country. My dad's he grew up, born and raised in Texas, but he served and went to the Philippines during the Korean War and fell in love with a little Filipino lady and married my mom. And when she moved back over here, she had 3 kids, my brother, my sister, and me, and I'm the youngest of the 3. And she always taught us how grateful we should be being from the United States of America, because she's not. And so she grew up in another country. And so she understood the rights and the freedoms that she had of living over here now. And she wanted us kids to appreciate it. And I think she just hammered it so long. I think my brother and sister, who are a little older than me and a little wiser, they probably learned it a little more. It took me a little bit. But I do understand that once the country we're in, because I've traveled around the world and got to see some things, it makes me appreciate where I do live. And I have to give that mostly to my mom.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. I saw a couple of them, and I was very moved. I saw you out there on your ranch. Are you home right now doing that?
Well, I'm home. I just came in from the ranch to do the Zoom call, and then we're going back out there. We got a tractor is giving us problems, but I'll be back here in a little bit.
It looks incredible. And I saw it looked like, at first glance, I thought they were cows, but I think they're your beautiful horses that look like they're wearing cow costumes. Is this right?
I appreciate it. They do. Yeah, you're right. We have gypsy vanners.
Yeah.
But yes, they look like that's great. That's funny.
They're
A horse with a
gorgeous.
cow
I was making my
costume
little
on.
notes. I'm like, okay, he's on the ranch with his cows, and then I'm like, wait a second, backspace. Those are definitely horses. They're beefy, gorgeous horses. Oh my goodness.
I
So
appreciate
well.
it. We got cows too, but yeah, they look different.
Have you done your Pledge of Allegiance for the day? I think we might need to get a little special Fired Up Live pledge going. Do you think we
I
could
hear
do
you.
one?
I sure could. And yes, I have done it for the day for the 2,490th consecutive day. Like you mentioned, coming up on 7 years.
That's
But
incredible.
I, any chance I get, and now I get invited a lot by a lot of people to, if not being able to sing or not being able to stick around for whatever function we've got, they at least want me to open whatever they're doing with the Pledge of Allegiance. So it's always a pleasure to do it. You want me to do it for you?
We would love it. We would love it. Yes,
All right.
let's hear
You
it.
ready? Here we
We're
go.
ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Amen.
Man,
Thanks.
that was gorgeous. Thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Wow, you
You're
guys, we got a special Pledge of Allegiance from Neal McCoy here on Fired Up Live. It's going to be a good night. Thank you, thank you. So tell me a little bit about what's going on right now with you. You're home, you're on the ranch, you're fixing a tractor today. That's got to be the most frustrating part of your day. But you've got a bunch of shows coming up in Arkansas, Florida, Texas. What are you out doing right now?
Well, I'm actually nothing. We just have one show this weekend. We leave tomorrow and drive to Lubbock, Texas, and play Friday night, and that's a real rarity. Most of the times we've got at least 2, sometimes 3, and sometimes 4 shows on the weekends. So just like having one show on the weekend, that's almost like being off to us.
Right.
But I've always got stuff around here, around the house to do, and you always get invitations to do other things. But when we're home, I try and take as much time as I can with we have grandkids, 11, 7, and 1, all boys, and they're involved in baseball and football. And the 1-year-old, he's just involved in tearing up everything. So, but I get to be a part of that a lot of times.
I think I
So I
saw
try
some
to
of
give them
your
as much
some of your
time as I can.
Halloween party videos with your grandkids, right?
That's
So
right. That's exactly
cute.
right.
Running around in
Thank
all their
you.
costumes. But I think you're coming to my area. You're going to be here at Kegs for
Yes,
a show
ma'am.
here in upstate New York.
We're excited. We love upstate New York, and anytime, because there's a bunch of redneck people from down here, and me being one of them. But they don't, if they don't get out much, they just don't know. So every time they'll see something or ask where you're going, I say we're going to New York. Oh my God, what I bet you hate that, because all they think of is New York City, and I certainly don't hate it because it's my wife's favorite spot in the world to go to, and she has just started getting the courage back up. They came up there and spent a weekend and went to see, I think, Music Man and Six and some different musicals. So she loves that stuff. But we are coming to New York, and it's upstate New York. And I try to tell people all the time, if you get out of the city, there's a lot of great folk up north and just out of the state, out of the city that are really a bunch of country music listeners and great folks.
Absolutely. There are so many country fans around here. It's allowed me to do it. I didn't think anybody was going to buy the fact that I was a country music artist here from Rochester, New York, but it hasn't made a difference in anything. I think people love country music no matter where they're from because it's all about home and family and those roots that everybody has.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
especially at Kegs, you get a
That's right.
wild crowd out there. You're going to have a good time.
Good. We can handle. We get a little wild with them also.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have a favorite place you like to perform?
When somebody asks me that, I tell them any place in Wisconsin. I don't own any land in Wisconsin, but I do go. I perform in Wisconsin a lot because they have a lot of outdoor music festivals, especially in the summertime when they've been cooped up all winter long. And there's my favorite festival I have is called the Hodag in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. We've been there 29 years. So
That's
all these folks that have
incredible.
people, it is, and people that book people and say, we know we can't have them back. We had them last year. We had them 2 years ago. They've invited me back, and we've been there 29 years. We've had a couple other festivals, one 22 years. So what we're able to do is we have a very real presentation of our shows. It's just 4 musicians. My road manager Les gets up and plays acoustic sometime, but the musicians and me.
Fantastic.
Not a lot of. We don't have smoke or lights or screens or anything. We think that just through personality and our music, we can entertain you and just talk to you and visit with you. And so we've been able to make a living at that, and we're really good at it. But any place, back to your original question, any place in Wisconsin, they are very passionate about what they do, whether it's them backing their football team, their Packers, or whether it's them listening to country music and loving their country, or drinking, or just drinking in general. They are all in. And so I love, because when we do a show, I give them everything I have, and all I ever ask from the audience is what I'm giving you to give it back to me, and they do every time. They never let me down.
That's incredible. I've had a little taste of the Wisconsin love a couple times over the summer and last year too. And it sticks with you, and people,
they're good.
You can get a sense of community for sure. And maybe it's because they're diehard Packers fans or just country music lovers, but you definitely get a wave of that when you're there. So
they're passionate about whatever they do. Yeah, they're all in.
Incredible. Well, thank you. I want to talk about a little bit, this was so amazing to me to read about, and I want to hear it from you, and just spread a little bit of the good that you're putting into this world. Neal McCoy is out there helping so many people, so many children, so many families. Can you talk to me a little bit about the East Texas Angel Network that you started?
I can. But first of all, let me thank you for doing your homework. It's always nice when you're getting interviewed, and because sometimes you don't ever know who you're interviewing with. They just say you've got an interview. But it's nice to know that you did your homework and you understand, and you're important to me also, and you're letting me talk about those. So I thank you for doing your homework. Yeah, the East Texas Angel Network is a foundation my wife and I started almost 29 years ago to help children in our home area with life-threatening, life-challenging illnesses, to help them and their families with expenses. And it's something that's very near and dear to our hearts. We have a son that's 28 years old. He's perfectly fine, but we understand, and we're around a lot of children that's not the situation. So it gives us an opportunity to thank the folks that have taken care of us for so long, and all the money we bring in stays right here in our East Texas area. And we've had, from being in the business a long time, I've garnered a lot of friends, a lot of people that want to come do it, and we invite them to come to us and do the shows with us, and they have, and we've been, like I said, we've had Martina McBride, Blake Shelton, Tracy Lawrence, Tracy Bird, Wayne Newton, Phil Vassar, just numerous acts, most of them being country music people. And what we do is we would just reciprocate. If they've come and done something for us and they need us to come do something, we'll do something for them. That's the way it should be.
That's great. It's beautiful, and it's making a difference. You've raised over $11 million to date for these children and families, and that just gives me goosebumps. It's incredible. I want to let my followers know we have a lot of friends out there watching in Texas, and I'm sure as do you. But how can anybody get involved? Is there any way that we can help out there?
There is. We take donations and just whether it's financial donations or just people for our food pantry or clothes or anything that we can do that we can make it a little easier on a family. We're open, and you can go to the EastTexasAngelNetwork.com, or you can go to NealMcCoy.com. There's a link there, and click over and find out about it and see maybe video footage or still photos of some of the folks that we've been able to help. And I think it just moves your heart, especially in a time where we are right now, where everything seems to be not doing as well maybe as some folks would normally do with the COVID and just with in general. We managed to keep up through those hard times and kept raising money and helping families. We've helped over 600 families.
Goodness, 600 families.
Yes, ma'am.
Deserves a round of applause. I wish I had more hands here clapping for you. That's beautiful. And do you do pop-up events? Are you planning any concerts soon?
Well, our main fundraiser is once a year, and that is we just finished it at the end of September. Usually the last weekend in September we have a golf tournament, and then on a Friday, and then Friday evening is when we raise the majority of our money. The corporate sponsors who have already stepped up and bought tickets to the dinner and live and silent auction, we get there, and I'm the auctioneer, and we just don't let them up until we've got to them pretty good, and we do it in a fun way and have a lot of fun, and so we raise a lot of money also that night, and then the next night we have our concert. We sell a lot of tickets to that thing, and people come from all over the country. We've got a lot of great Neal McCoy fans who who believe in what we believe in. They stand behind what we stand behind. So if they know East Texas Angel Network's coming up that weekend, some of them take off of work and come spend their entire weekend down here in Longview, Texas, because they want to be close and they want to be around it and be part of it.
That's incredible. We have to mark down the calendars and get it on there for next year so everybody can get some tickets and fly out and go see this amazing show. Excuse my magic hand I have here. Are you a coffee drinker, Neal?
You know what? I'm not. I'm a hot chocolate drinker. I don't think I've drank enough coffee in my life to make one cup.
Oh, man. All right. We'll give it to you. I am a big hot chocolate fan myself. Yep. But definitely a coffee girl over here.
Oh, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, good.
Do you like to cook?
I don't. I like to eat.
But I don't cook.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's
okay,
funny
well, good.
because-
When you get your FIREDISC cooker, you're going to have to get somebody else, maybe a family member to help you out making some good things on there.
Well, I can grill a little bit, but I don't ever consider that cooking.
Oh, my goodness.
It's easy. You just put
Tony's
it on
got
there
an
and take it
idea.
off.
1 second.
Okay.
What you got?
I have an idea.
What do you have?
Okay.
I can set up a code.
Ooh.
Some proceeds to the foundation.
That sounds fantastic. Okay, we got a little idea. We're brewing over here.
Yeah, magic hand will hand it.
Magic hands are coming in. All right. So it's not hot chocolate. It's not hot chocolate, but we do have our own coffee over here. And, I think it'd be a cool thing tonight if we made a little code out there for everybody tuning in. If you guys are watching this episode, why don't you go ahead and use the code Angel?
Oh, that'd be great.
Angel. And part of the proceeds from the coffee orders will go right to this foundation that you and your beautiful family have started. That would be amazing.
be
So go
terrific.
over to HoyserCountry.com, grab a couple bags of Hoyser Country Blend coffee. We'll have to get working on the cocoa for Neal for next time.
That's right.
And use the code ANGEL at checkout. And we're going to be donating to this amazing, amazing East Texas Angel Network Foundation. Awesome.
That's
Thank
great.
you guys for helping out there.
Yeah, us real men drink hot chocolate.
Real men drink hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
I
crazy.
love it. All right, so I want to dive in a little bit to your incredible music career that is just still flourishing, still snowballing. You've had 39 singles, 15 music videos, and those are tricky, let me tell you. We've been working on those. And 10 studio albums. This is
pretty crazy.
something to celebrate all the time. And I know I'm not supposed to ask you this, but do you have a favorite, one of your 10 albums?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I probably our album called No Doubt About It, because that's the one that started us on our hit run. We up until then, it was my third album with Atlantic Records. I'd done 2 and numerous videos, numerous singles, and we just couldn't get anything played or anything up the charts. We were working the entire time and doing a lot of shows and meeting people and treating them nice and treating people right. And I learned that from all that previous work and the other work that I've up until that point, just be a nice person. If you're a nice person, you'll always be a nice person. Because I see sometimes somebody say, I followed them, and then when they made it big, they changed. And I always say, well, they didn't change. They were always that person. If they're mean or a snob, they've always been a snob. They had just masqueraded to be a nice person. But if you're a nice person, you won't change no matter what happens. You just continue to be a nice person. And that's what I learned a long time ago. And that's the way that we've been able to work, because we've had one hit since the 90s, and that was 2004, I think. Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On, but as a rule, we haven't had any hits in a long, long time. But because of being nice and treating people nice, they invite you back, and that's what you're going to find out in this business. You're going to end up working for people you worked for 20 years ago. You're going to end up working for them again if you do things right, and we've done things right, so that's how we get invited back, stay so busy.
Oh, that's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And is that the album that Wink was on?
It is, yes, ma'am. No Doubt About It, Wink, and a song called The City Put the Country Back in Me. All 3 of those were big hits on that first album.
Huge hits.
Our third
Incredible.
album, actually.
Incredible. Amazing. And you've got a song right now where Wink, it's just one of those songs. It was a hit. It was #1 on Billboard Country. And yet, all these years later, here it goes again, having another firework of a blow up with this song. And can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with Wink that's now been changed a little bit?
George Burge and a couple of his friends decided to rewrite the lyrics to it, leaving the same melody, but instead of slam bam, I'm feeling all right, they're saying hot damn, I'm about to unwind, and then it's to get these two. All you gotta do is just give me that drink. So it's that drink and not wink, and it's people are loving it, and it's just it's kind of growing on its own at its own speed. There's no huge push behind it. It's growing. I guess there's a word in there, but I can't find it right now. But no one's pushing it a lot. But they love Wink. A lot of folks loved Wink because of it. Just felt good, just up tempo kind of thing. And they stuck. And in the song that they wrote, there's a lot of 90s references, 90s songs references, or 90s artist references in it. And I think people are just eating it up that are getting a chance to hear it. And we think that hopefully in the next 5 or 6 months, everybody will have heard it, and they'll be dancing to that drink instead of Wink, but also hopefully instead of Wink. It's because they were gracious. They let me end the song. All you gotta do is just give me that wank. So it ends with Wink like the original did. So it's pretty cool.
Fantastic. The song is so good. George Burge is amazing. I've been jamming out to it, and I saw a video of them walking down Broadway. And I don't know if it was actually George Burge doing this, but some line dancing crew takes over Broadway and starts dancing to it. And it looks so fun, and everybody's just having a blast with the tune. And it's definitely reminiscent of Wink, obviously. Yeah. And I think that's why it feels so good, because it's kind of like, oh, this sounds like a song I know.
That's exactly right.
And it's so cool to see a hit do that again and again. It doesn't really matter sometimes who is singing it. Of course, you did put it on the map, but a good song is a good song, and I love when they prove themselves like that.
Me too. Thanks.
It's fantastic. All right, so amazing things ahead. You've got new shows coming up. You've had an incredible, extensive touring career for a very long time. Could you, when you're thinking about it, like road, ranch, family, shows, what stands out as some of the, if you could give like a 10-second, 30-second highlight reel, what really comes to the forefront when you're thinking about everything you've been doing as a country music artist?
Been on 17 USO tours. That's huge in my
life.
Wow.
I love our troops.
My father was in the service when he met my mom, but I've been to Iraq 7 times, Afghanistan a few times, Pakistan, Bosnia, a lot of places around the world. I love those opportunities because it's just a chance to let those kids out there, these that are serving, not just in theater, but wherever they are, just let them know that a lot of great folks in the United States think about you. They've sent me over here to entertain you, and that's what we're going to do. And if we get a chance to hug your neck or shake your hand, we're going to do that also.
That's great. That's beautiful. That's incredible. Yeah. I did not see that in my little homework research, so I'm glad you brought that up. Incredible. So what are some of your big goals coming up? Do you have anything that you haven't done yet, or something you really still want to work towards?
You know, I don't. If a role came along to be in a movie, I would love that.
Ooh, yeah.
I think I could do a pretty good job at it. I don't know. But I would love to try my hand at acting, just like any actor wants to try their hand at singing. I get it. I think I could. Our son does it for a living out in L.A., so I've watched him enough to think I would know that I could be good. But doing that, and then just where I am in my life is pretty nice. I've got a wife. We just had our 42-year anniversary. We got some great kids.
Congratulations.
Got some wonderful grandkids. Thanks. And life is good. I am out doing what I got in the business for, was to go out and do shows and entertain people. And whether it's our Pledge of Allegiance or the other things that we're getting opportunities to do, they all, I hope, will aim a person to finding out more about who we are, and in turn want to come see us in a show. Because we think once they come see us, then we got them hooked. We think that will have them forever. It's not because of a cocky thing. We're just very good at what we do. We bring people into our shows and make them feel part of it. And to when they walk out, it's like when you go to a great movie and you walk out and you maybe laughed and cried and thought. And it's the same way we want you to leave our show. And a lot of times we get them to leave that way. And it just makes us feel like just cement that this is what I was put here to do, was entertain people and bring joy to their lives, and we're able to do that.
Well, it is very obvious that people cannot get enough. You have over 830,000 friends on Facebook, and That is a lot of people. I mean, we do this all the time. We're working with new upcoming people that are blowing up on social media. I think you have the most amount of followers on Facebook that we've ever dealt with.
It's
Just call them older.
It's so great. It's so great. And you're even on Cameo. You know, people can have like private chats with Neal McCoy. They just love you. And it's so exciting to see that, you know, if you are a nice person and you work really hard and you build that trust with your fans, then they're going to stick around for you. And you prove that to us every day. So it's great. All right, FIREDISC Nation, if you're near me in upstate New York, you have to come out to Kegs. And Neal McCoy is going to be there on November 19th. It's going to be an awesome show. We got a chance to play there this past summer, but I don't know. One of these days, we're going to have to line up the two of us, Neal. We're going to have to get this going.
I will put you to work on that. Sounds like you can make it happen.
Perfect. I would love it. Yes, Kegs is going to be great. Make sure you guys go get tickets for the November 19th show, seeing Neal McCoy. And now we've got to get a little dirt on you, Neal, so that everybody coming to the show has a little something secret on you. What's something we don't know?
Oh, something you don't know about me? The thing is, I'm such an open book.
I can tell you're a storyteller. That's great.
Yeah, I am a storyteller. I know. Sorry. I talk too much sometimes, but I appreciate you
No, I
letting me.
love it. That's a big reason why we wanted you on the show. It's always a good time to hear some great stories from country
some dirt
legend
on
like
me.
you. Yeah, just some dirt.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I don't even care if it's your favorite candy bar. We'll have people showing up with your favorite.
Oh, let's hope so. I'm a junk food junkie.
That's a good
that is-
secret.
Yeah, that's all I am. All I eat is junk food. I work out every day, sometimes twice a day, so that I just outwork my junk.
That's great. That could be a good tattoo for somebody.
Is that right? That
good
could come off the
method.
wrong way. Or so.
Oh my goodness. A junk food junkie. I love it. Awesome. Well, I've got one more question for you, Neal, and I'm going to let you off the hook. And hopefully we'll see you over at Kegs. And I don't know, if I'm not doing anything, we'll try to make our way out there and come see you. But
We'd love to have you.
with all of this amazing life that country music has I don't want to say given you, you've worked for. If you had to do it all over again, you were starting out fresh, would you do it?
Yeah, I'm sure it would. I just love what I get a chance to do. I'm very blessed in that I can still sing pretty good. I haven't lost much off of my vocal, and it has put me in a great spot. My wife and I certainly aren't rich, but we're doing very well. But it's because of hard work, and we continue to work. I mean, people come up and say, "When are you going to retire?" I say, "I hope never." But I guess when I start doing shows and there's no one there, then I'll retire. Until then, so to answer your question, I wouldn't change a thing. I really am blessed. Through some of the hard parts. That if I could change it, maybe not be gone from home so much to achieve the level where we are, but it's just part of it. And my wife understood, our kids understood, and they got it and they get it. They still get it, and they know that Dad's still gone a lot. But when I'm home, I'm home. I'm not out golfing. I'm not out fishing. I'm home. So I get to the grandkids and see the kids when I get a chance, and spend my time with them as much as I can. So, but I wouldn't change a thing. I'm in a great spot.
Amazing. I could tell you're so genuine about it. You didn't even hesitate when you said, yes, I would. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on. This was such a fun time getting to sit with you. And
You're welcome.
I love everything you're doing. I'm going to continue to follow you. You've got me now as a Facebook follower. So
All right, I'm a host
I can't
to
wait
that.
to tune in for that Pledge of Allegiance tomorrow. And thank you so much for joining us on Fired Up Live.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Nice talking to you.
Bye, Neal.
Bye, girl. I'll see you around. Thank you.
See you soon.
Okay.
I told you it was going to be a very special night. Neal McCoy. I swear he could really outdo me on Fired Up Live any day of the week. I think we need to get to some music for this episode. What do you think? I'm getting ready to... Well, hello there. What are you doing? You are just in time for a Fired Up Live episode.
Yeah,
Did you bring a guitar?
I got a guitar.
Well, we found somebody that might be able to help us out for tonight. What do you think?
I can play some songs.
Do you remember? Let's do something from the album that I have.
Okay, I got. Keep going, but I have to change some stuff since we have somebody else here.
Okay, well, this worked out. I got off the hook, you guys. Now I got a player with me.
Hang on.
This is Ryan Hurley, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And
First of all, I'm set up for one guitar, so Ryan's playing.
okay, we can do that. I'm off the hook. This is good. Well, this is great because I feel like they've heard me play Red Lights Turning Green a million times and Curtains a million times. And so now I guess we can play a little something that I definitely don't have the chops to play.
What do you want to do?
I'm thinking,
First, I need to sound check and stuff.
yeah, I'm thinking. What do you think, guys? You got a favorite song off the album that maybe you haven't heard on Fired Up Live yet? How about, what are you calling? What do you want to do? Guitar player's choice tonight.
Could do Fixing Bridges.
Fixing bridges.
Already got Kate.
I would love that. Let's do it.
Trying to play a little bit.
All right, we'll get a little sound check going. Am I in the shot still? We good? Good. Wow. Good thing you wore your cool jean jacket for the show.
Always.
Fixing bridges. You guys definitely haven't heard this one on Fired Up Live. It's going to be a first here. We don't play this one very often in our acoustic shows, even with the band. This has been a song that kind of took a back seat for the last few shows, but
One of my favorites.
me too.
Can you hum and play a little bit?
All right. Ready?
You wanna do it?
Think you know the intro?
I'll try it.
Let's try. Here we go. We're from the Highlands on a Saturday, on a red brick street, and the people stare from miles away, like a trapeze that fray, and the lines wearing thin. My attention's been heightened to the trouble I'm in. I've come to my senses, got a new point of view. I think I need me more than you. Fixing bridges that need some repair, hanging on the ropes and reaching thin air, making them stronger, bolt by bolt. I'm fixing my bridges nice and slow. Balanced on the high beam, afraid to look down. What lies below me, water or ground. I've come to my senses, got a new point of view. I think I need me more than you. Fixing bridges that need some repair, hanging on the ropes and reaching thin air, making them stronger, bolt by bolt. I'm fixing my bridges nice and slow. not too bad for not working on that one in a while. What do you think out there, everybody? Thank you so much for listening. This is Ryan Hurley on guitar. A little surprise.
Hello, everybody.
Why don't we send him away with one more?
Yeah?
Got any Neal McCoy in ya?
Yeah, we can figure it out.
Got any Neal McCoy in ya?
I got a little Neal McCoy.
Who doesn't, right? I think those are stuck in our heads for the rest of our life. A little Neal McCoy song. How about, you know the one. Do it.
Slam bam, I'm feeling alright. Troubles take a hike in the blink of an eye. Don't need a psychoanalyze or half a stiff drink. All he's gotta do is just give me that wink.
Thank you so much for joining us for Fired Up Live tonight. I hope you enjoyed our special guest, Mr. Neal McCoy. Don't forget to head over and grab some tickets for his show at Kegs coming up on November 19th. Maybe we'll see you there. See you next time. Bye, guys. Woo!
All he's gotta do is just give me that wink.
Woohoo! All right. That's a wrap.
Goodbye, everybody.
In today's world, time with family is more valuable than ever. Meet FIREDISC, the original portable propane cooker. It sets up in seconds, fires up fast, and cooks anything you throw at it. Whether it's a quick meal at home or in the great outdoors, FIREDISC has you covered. Take your kitchen outside and enjoy everything that makes good food great. FIREDISC. Cooking at home made easy.